Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is JJ. If you're new here, I'm a suspense writer. I've been working on a 4-book series for the last, I don't even know how many years, going on 5, I guess, maybe. I don't know. The story has been with me since 7th grade. Take that how you will. All of these characters have been my, friends since I was in 7th grade. So it's been a long time coming to actually be putting them in book form. I am actively in the process of writing the resolution of book 4. You have no idea. Because I can't put it into words, and unless you've actually written a series, there's no way that you'll know what that feels like. But I do want to share my reflections on writing resolutions because it's ridiculous how much effort, how much work, how much... Writing a series is hard. I didn't know how hard it was when I decided to do it. It's such a process. I mean, I've showed you guys my outlines before on this channel of all of the various different pages. I've shown you my note card method, I've shown you my 3-act structure method, I've shown you how they interact with each other, and I'm realizing right now that the reason I'm struggling so much with the ending of book 4, but the series as a whole, is that the entire... everything about writing an ending requires tying up loose ends. And I've had this conversation before, I've talked about this before, but I asked Stephen James once at a writer's conference. It was Maranatha Christian Writers Conference in like 2017, maybe 2018, 2019. I don't know. I vlogged my whole way through it, so you can go see that entire thing there. But I had the chance to sit down with Stephen James. He is a suspense writer, one of my writing mentors. I've mentioned him before. If you're unfamiliar with him, you should check out Story Trauma Structure. This is one of his most commonly referenced books about writing. Or you can also check out his book, Troubleshooting Your Novel. This is designed for helping you figure out why your book isn't working. If that one scene just isn't working, or what's going on, right? This book is literally designed to help you figure out, like, okay, something isn't working. Help me figure out what and how to fix it. Great reference. Also a great reference. Those 2 books are 2 of my favorite writing resources, but nothing quite compares to the opportunity to sit down with an author and ask them, especially when they've written series after series, and ask them how to write an ending. I struggle so hard with the ending. And for me, I think part of it is because I'm a pantser, as NaNoWriMo will put it. I don't plan my novels very well. I mean, I have my outlines, but I don't know how to use them, if I'm being completely honest. I don't know how to use them, and I struggle so hard to actually follow them that I just kind of let the characters do whatever they're gonna do. My best writing happens when I'm not holding anybody to a set, here's what you have to do in the plot. Yeah, so I'm having the struggle right now I have a lot of things that need to be addressed in the ending. I have characters who need to have the resolution of getting the villain. I have good guys and bad guys who need to deal with grief and trauma because I'm writing a suspense novel. A lot of bad stuff happens. This is just a friendly warning to anybody who ever decides to read my books. My entire purpose in writing is to make you feel things, right? And the things that I'm going to make you feel are not necessarily the happy feelings. They're the feelings that are deeply rooted inside of you. Sometimes that's going to be terror, sometimes that's going to be love, sometimes that's going to be anger. But my entire goal is to make you feel, which means that in the end, I have to make sure that there's a return on that investment, a really strong return on that investment, because you just spent a lot of time reading the series, right? You spent however fast you can read. It's at least 4 books. So if you've gotten to the point that I'm at right now, right, you've invested. You're invested in the characters, you're invested in the story, and you're invested in me. And you're counting on me as the writer to make sure that there's a return on that investment. That's a lot of pressure. And I don't know what I'm doing. I wish there's this quote by somebody that's like, if anybody ever tells you that they know what they're doing, they're lying. I don't remember who said it or where I heard it, probably just somewhere randomly on the internet. But my goal is to help you feel things and then help you process those feelings along with the characters, as the characters are also feeling these things and processing them. But as a writer, I have a really hard time when there's not a forward momentum thread, right? And that's why I write suspense novels. That forward momentum of everything is falling apart and we have to put it back together, that's a really strong forward momentum. But at the climax, after the climax, at the resolution, everything has fallen apart and they've put it all back together. And now they have to figure out how to live with it. And I don't know how to help my characters live with it yet. And I'm struggling with it because there's not that forward momentum, because they've already put it all back together to the best of their ability. Some things can't be fixed. But I'm trying my best to figure out how to tell the story, how to help the reader and the characters all deal with the emotions that I gave them, and at the same time, how to actually wrap up this thing. What message do I want to leave you with, if there is one? What emotion do I want to leave you with? How do I bring that about? What is the most natural resolution? Does it answer all of the questions? Have I addressed all of the bad guys? Do we know enough to be content if I were to end the story, right? If there was no more, and you never heard from these people again, are you content enough in the knowledge that they will be safe? Because I spent the entire last 3 books telling you these people are not safe and they're in trouble, right? So how do I convince you now that they're safe? Anyway, so it's a long process as I'm actually going around and trying to put it all together in such a way that makes sense, works, and leaves you feeling the way that I hope to leave you feeling. That said, it's difficult because there are a lot of things that I have to make sure that I've addressed. And a lot of that requires going back and rereading my own writing, which always feels a little... It's weird. I love it. And that's weird too. Oh, to be an author, right? One of my old writing professors always used to say that there is no way to be a writer that wants to be published without having some semblance of an ego. Because at some point, deep inside of you, there has to be a little voice that says, my words and my thoughts are worth sharing with the world. And that has to be the strongest conviction that you keep holding on to. And as you're holding on to that, it's really hard to both keep it under check and also allow it to take over when you need it to. And so saying that I love my own writing feels very egotistical, and I hate that feeling, but also I kind of need to like my own writing, because if I don't, what even is the point? If I'm going to spend that much time working on a passion project, it better be a passion project, right? Like, I better love it. Anyway, I digress. Resolutions are hard, and so I'm struggling a little bit as I try to actually wrap this up. There's always more and more chapter that I want to write. Nothing is ever actually as completed as I wish it was, and I'm trying to figure out how to deal with that. But if I figure it out, I guess I'll let you know. Thanks for watching this long, rambly video of me just talking about writing and the struggle of writing this series and the joy of it and the hardship of it. I have no idea what I'm going to title this. That's going to be interesting. Anyway, if you have questions about writing a series that you would want me to answer, please put them down below. I'll do my best to get back to you on those. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you being here with me and going on this journey with me. And I cannot wait to eventually tell you that I have a book coming out. That time is not now. As you know, publishing takes a lot of time and perseverance. And so having you guys around me, helping me know that there are people outside of my immediate family and my immediate friends who believe in me enough to actually, like, come on this journey with me and wait it out with me means a lot. So thank you. And I appreciate all of you, and I will see you next week. Bye.